Now, during this holiday gatherings, don't let your dog ruin your guests' outfits. So today I'm going to share 3 tips on how to stop your dog from jumping on people. So who am I? My name is Linda Kwan, and I am the owner and trainer at Wow Bow Wow. I specialize in working with pup parents with puppies as well as adolescent dogs, those teen dogs, as well as humans with dogs that they recently rescued. So, what I do is help the humans understand their dog so they can raise and train a well-adjusted and well-mannered dog. So, let's get started with the tips. So, if your dog is relatively new to you, and the holiday seasons are coming up, and they're not so great about greeting people politely, put these management like playpens or gates up just in case just in case you need to make sure your dog doesn't run up and jump on people. Now, so when people come into your home during your holiday season gatherings, what I would like for you to do is actually use those management tools and have the dog behind a gate or behind a door in a different room. Because what you don't want them to do is come charging up to the people who come to your home and jumping on them to either knock them over or ruin their clothing or tear their clothing. Now, when you do actually introduce them, so this is tip number 2. When you do actually introduce them to your dog, make sure your dog is calmed down a bit and then bring them out on a leash. Because again, I'm going to use this management tool to make sure your dog doesn't, get out of hand and get away from you and have that accident of jumping on the humans. Now, the third tip I would like to suggest is, when you have a lot of people over, it can get overwhelming for your dog. So make sure you have a place for them to go relax, because you may not want them to be out with everyone the whole period, because they could get overwhelmed. And you know what happens when they get overwhelmed? They don't know what to do with that energy. And one of the behaviors that could come about is them jumping on people. Do you see a theme here? So give them a place where they can go, relax with toys, a chew toy maybe, and then a nice comfortable place and away from maybe kids that are visiting and a lot of hands coming at them to pet them, right? Because sometimes your dog needs a little bit of downtime. So to recap, to make sure you have management in place to prevent the dog from running up to the door, right? Whether it's a baby gate or behind a closed door. And then tip 2, making sure you have them on a leash, another management tool to introduce them to the humans that had come visiting to, your home during your holiday gatherings. And then 3, giving them a space of their own to go relax, to not become overwhelmed, because that can also lead to the behavior of jumping because they don't know what to do with their energy. And lastly, before I leave, I wanted to mention to you that since I've gotten several requests recently, and as well as clients who have dogs that happen to jump on them, or people that come to their homes or on their walks, that I have decided to put together a workshop. And I will be, I think it's going to be, I'm going to do it next week, but I haven't decided what day or time. So if you're interested, keep an eye out for more information about this. But it's going to be a workshop, and it's going to be a workshop where you can actually come work with your dog. It's going to be on Zoom. So, and I'm thinking I may have it at 2 different times, because I know I have people that that visit my site and from the East Coast as well as Midwest. So I think I'm going to have two time zone. So at least two sessions. So keep an eye out for it. And I hope to see you in one of them if you're having these issues with your dog not being able to greet people politely, whether it's you, guests in your home, or outside of your home. And another kind of scenario that I get is sometimes, even in the home, they may be fine, but then all of a sudden they get all zoomied and then they start jumping and even nipping at people. So, any of those kind of scenarios, come join me in my workshop. And down in the comments, do you have any other type of situations where your dog tends to jump either on you or other people? Let me know what other kind of scenarios that I can include in my workshop so I can be helpful to all these different kinds of situations that you may have. All right. Thank you for joining me for my Training Tip Tuesday, and I'll see you next Tuesday.